Hello everyone, my name is Sarah. I am a freelance marketer, currently living in Korea and sometimes traveling abroad. This year I decided to come to France for a month to study French at a language academy in Lyon, and I met Leticia.
Yeah.
We've been doing interviews of other people who are self-employed, and then so I just wanted to ask you questions, just have fun, you know?
Yeah. I am Leticia. I am currently based in Brazil. I'm Brazilian. I live there nearby the countryside of São Paulo. And I am a lawyer. And sometimes I like to go abroad because I also work with several nationalities. I work with international law. And I am actually here in Lyon currently working while I am going to the classes so that we can speak French, but it's very challenging.
What inspired you to come to Lyon to learn French?
As a researcher, which I am also one, I do use French by reading international court cases because they are the official languages, French and English. I do think that French is a very challenging language to me, but in fact I'm here learning now because I am about to apply for an exam to be a doctorate candidate in Brazil. So I am finishing up my master this year, actually, and then I'm about to make an exam in Brazil. The exam in Brazil is necessary for you to prove that you have 3 different languages.
Crazy.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So I speak English, Portuguese, and Spanish, but my university does not accept the Spanish language as a proficiency to the specifically course that I have to go in. So I went to French.
Good.
And I'm in France learning French. Yeah.
And I mean, you're also a professor too, right? You teach
Yes.
at the universities.
Yes.
How much do you travel and how much time do you take usually per year or per semester or something?
As a lawyer that has its own law firm, I can travel a lot. I could go abroad and also go around Brazil, which is huge. But as I am a teacher at the university, I actually have to follow the semester, the schedule they gave me. So I don't have that much of freedom to travel during the semester. But we do have 2 breaks. We have summer breaks and then winter breaks. And that's when I actually get some time to go abroad or to travel around Brazil. Now Brazil is at summer. We are in February. So I actually have more time to travel in between December and February, but I don't have that much time in the middle of the year, which would be from June to July.
So if it wasn't for your teaching job, you would be able to just freely travel, right?
Yes.
The factor that enables you to do that is that you work with clients from across the borders.
Yeah.
And also clients, I imagine, that you have within Brazil. Since Brazil is so huge, they don't really expect you to be there in person to have meetings or something like that.
Yeah, I don't have this kind of issue. They are trying to consult something that is very remote already. There is not that much of international lawyers in Brazil. You have to take what is in the market. I'm not saying that I'm not good, I'm very good. There is no much option for you to choose your lawyer, to hire a lawyer, thinking that he has to be on the same place that you are.
Brazil is huge, by the way, if you haven't.
Yes, it is.
It's just mind-blowing because Korea is so small.
Yeah.
That you can take a train from one end to the other. It will take max maybe 5 hours. And then you can get there in 2 hours. And so
No, I can't even get out of the state where I live in this time.
Were you always hoping to travel while you're working, or did it just happen?
No, I did have this goal, but it was actually a very far goal. Maybe I'll get there, maybe I'll don't get there. Because usually for a lawyer's career, we don't get that much of a freedom. You are usually stuck into an office and you don't get a lot of free time to travel. So international law was the path that I've chosen to make this freedom happen. But it's not always that an international lawyer is going to be traveling and working. This is a little because of the choices that I made. I chose to have my own law firm, so I have to work over my own schedule. And I do have a team. I work and I manage their schedule as well. But for me, it's okay that they are far away also. So we work remotely together. We have meetings and video calls so that we can manage the cases we have at the law firm. But actually, when I was a teenager, I wanted already to have a job that would imply me to travel and to have like this contact that we are having here, to know your culture, to know your language, maybe. I don't know, too hard. But also like for teaching at the university, I have, of course, like a very strict schedule, as I said. But sometimes I can give classes remotely as well. See, immigration is in my family. Like my grandfather, he came from Spain to Brazil, and then he met my grandma, and they got married. So when I was 16, I went to United States, and then I made a part of high school there, and was the first time that I was able to get in touch with different cultures, like not only American culture, but Spanish, because there was other international exchange students there. So I think that was kind of the moment that I was like, yeah, maybe I would like to travel a lot and see these places, not only talk to the people, you know. Like I can talk to you here, but I'm not going to Korea now. But I want to go to Korea. I want to see what you're talking about.
Welcome. Yeah.
So I think that's like a little bit of me being very curious.
Okay, so this remote lifestyle, how long has it been? Was it ever since you started working?
No, I was very lucky in my career because like I worked at other lawyers firms that had like this culture also, like that you can work anywhere and stuff. But it was hard because like I couldn't manage my own schedule. I had freedom, but I couldn't do some travels when they didn't want me to. So this is not freedom at all. So then I had the opportunity to finally get into the university of my dreams as a master candidate. So I dropped the law firm and I thought, now this is your shot. I mean, you have to choose to do your own thing now.
What's it called?
It's in Brazil. There is a rule, and you have to use your own name
Oh.
in the name of your law firm. So it's like SIMO, International Law Firm.
As in like your last name?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
My
interesting.
surname. Yeah. It started with myself. Like it was just me having international law cases, and then working with international partners.
Yeah.
And then I would get in touch with law firms abroad, overseas. Then I would say, I would like to offer you my services here in Brazil, and if you need something for your law firm here in Brazil as well. I didn't actually know what I was doing. And I was learning. I learned how they did their job. You have to be a listener. This is very important because like we are very easily driven to think that we know everything, but we don't. So we have to be willing to learn and to listen from others and sense if we are on the right path or not, and then be flexible to change route if we see that we are doing something wrong. And then we made partnerships, contracts with law firms abroad, so like Italy, Spain, and Portugal, which are the main countries that I work with. But I also have some cases in the United States, and United States a little bit difficult because they have a lot of autonomy in the states. So you have to make partnerships in the state with a lawyer that is capable to work in that state.
Yeah.
And then I started to see how much demand I had to handle in the office. And it was a natural thing to think about hiring other people. So it was like, at the beginning, it was just me. And you get the feeling that you have too much on your plate or you have not. It is challenging to know the moment to let it go and to pass these tasks for someone, but it's necessary if you want to grow a little bit.
Yeah.
Like you have to delegate.
Delegation
you know.
is key to everything.
But it's very hard. Like for me, it was very hard. I'm very controller, so I wanted to control everything, and everything had to be perfect. But perfection is also something very individual. This is perfect by me, but might not be perfect by you, you know?
Yeah.
So I had to let it go a little bit of this in order to grow a little bit, but also to understand that I am not at the moment of growing too much, because like growing also brings responsibility. And I am responsible, but I have to be responsible to sense what do I want to do with my law firm.
Yeah.
I want to travel a lot. So, okay, so that's my main goal. Keep traveling. Or do I want to be rich and have like a huge team of lawyers working for me? Like, that's not my goal. In my case, it's not. You can have this feeling to align what is happening in your job with what you want for your future. You are the CEO of the whole department and also in your personal life and the goals that you have for your law firm and the goals that you have for yourself as a person, you know. So it's a lot to handle. And then you go to therapy and everything is fine.
Therapy is
Yeah.
key
It
to
is.
doing your
Like,
own
to
stuff.
manage everything.
I remember like when I was working with my agency running in Korea and I was like, for example, in Egypt, I was like so worried that I'm asleep and then something will happen. And for example, I will miss out on something or I will get the date wrong. As you said, like when you delegate, so much is going on that's out of your hand, right?
Yeah.
Do you try to, I guess, structure it better or do you just deal with anxiety or what's your way of dealing with that?
I deal with anxiety and almost a burnout. But that's just me. I mean, I think if I had any other occupation, I would also be anxious because like it's a personality trait. To clarify, like I don't have a huge thing working into my structure, and sometimes you get to have a client, for instance, a Brazilian person with some trouble in Portugal, and then I can sell the service, but I do have to have the knowledge to do so. So I have to know the Portuguese law also and everything. And then I have this partner who are on the case with me. Like they have a law firm in Portugal and they are on this case with me. They have this client with me. We have meetings together. They are actually developing the service and I am like more managing their working routine, you know, because like they also have their own background, their way of working, and then there are some things that culturally different, like being a lawyer at this realm in Brazil is something, being a lawyer at this realm in Spain is another thing, and then we have to be very flexible to understand, and then anxiety kicks in, but you have to manage your anxiety based on the trust relation that you have with these lawyers. That's the thing. Like, so if I am asleep and I could have like one of them to take care of the case, I do have to trust that they are doing the right thing. It's a personality match you have to make to find the partners. You have to find law firms that are on the same path as your law firm. And of course, there are challenges. Like I already had like to break contracts with partnership, but you have to make choices and renunciation to something, you know.
Yeah. You need to give up things to get what you want sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What consists of your agency at the moment without the partners?
It's me, an intern, and also 2 lawyers.
Do you hire them on payroll? Do you pay them full time or?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. There is a payment for full time, but also they can have extra earnings during the month because, like, if they bring a case, then I award.
They get a cut.
Yeah, they get a cut of the case.
Oh, okay. So it's a nimble structure. It's very lean. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And they are not also based on the same place that the law firm is. It's
Oh.
not an obligation. I mean, I had the girl that she's 10-hour,
Are they in Brazil?
10-hour car, in Brazil.
Oh, okay. Has any of your clients questioned that maybe they're worried that you're traveling, that you're not based somewhere, they want you physically somewhere, or has it been
Yes.
an issue with your clients? Like, where do you draw the limits?
It is important for the clients to feel that you, even though you are abroad or even though you are traveling, you're not forgetting your
Yeah.
obligations with the cases. And lawyers, even though I work a lot with the prevention part, it is common that the prevention comes with the worries of some problem about to arise in the future. It's always something very delicate to deal with law firm cases. So I try to be open to their complaints and try to be receptive to their problems. But there is a line to be drawn behind the lawyer the attorney, there is a person, and a person has dreams and improvements to make. Like French is something that is going to improve my career, so I'm going to be best qualified to work with my law firm, to work with international law. And I also made a partnership here in France at this time. So I try to tell them that I am actually doing something that is great for the job. Also to tell that even though I'm here, calm down, I have a whole structure that can handle your problems, handle your cases. Not everyone is going to understand, but we are hired to do specific services and not to sell our whole agenda to the person, you know? So I think it's a matter of communication, actually. It's how you communicate your living abroad to your clients.
Do you like tell them when you have their first meeting that you might be not in the country?
Yeah. But I usually tell like like if it was a good thing. Like for instance, I always joke that I have my whole office here, and then I could take it everywhere, you know. So that's even better because your international lawyer is going to handle your case anywhere in the world, you know.
I'm just afraid that like when you start working with like international clients, then you may end up just working 24/7 because
it is like that. I'm not going to pretend it is not. You're going to lose a lot when you choose this path, and one of the things you lose is the opportunity to live experiences in the places you are. Even though you are there to meet new places and meet new people, you're going to lose a little bit of it.
So
it's impossible. The day has 24 hours and you have to sleep in between.